957 gets jumped on. In a 3v1, he's got GA. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this one. There's no support from the rest.
But what about Baron right now? Because W, they're running straight forward here. Kaza is near the Baron, trying to make it, maybe make a steal. Oh, he gets started.
957 manages to survive a few seconds longer. He's running for his life. The big vision is coming down. The crab, 957, run, man, run. He gets away.
Are you kidding me? Unbelievable by 957.
Thank you very much for joining us on day one of All-Stars. Taking a moment to relive one of our favorite moments from Worlds there, 957, leading them on a wild goose chase while Baron secured on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and super fun fact about that Kled pick, 957 had never played it domestically. We came into the LPL finals and suddenly we started seeing all these Kled bans and all the casters were like, what is happening? And it comes out later that in scrims, he was just dumpstering kids. And so he had put the fear of God into the LPL teams. He brought it to MSI, then didn't show it at Worlds, but that's when you really got to see the Kled break out. But otherwise, we had no idea how good it was going to be.
And we'll see 957 on stage in just a few moments. Before the break, though, we saw Korea take their first game of the tournament over the European All-Stars. One key factor in that victory was the Tahm Kench, of all things, highlighted by Gorilla.
The second time in a row we've had Tahm Kench today, so 100% picked, and this was just a highlight reel, and this was such big commitments from EU. That was the flash in from the Maokai, and Gorilla's positioning. He's a great roamer.
Frost, you got me so excited with all your support talk at the beginning of the day, and now I've seen 2 Tahm Kench games in a row. What's going on? That's not what I wanted to see.
This is not phrases that I wanted to hear. Like 100% pick Tahm Kench. No, I wanted the crazy stuff. I wanted the Alistar. I wanted the Leona. Yeah, we're getting some of the misfortune. Maybe we'll see the Xerath flex down there, but I am so done with Tahm Kench.
He's a safety representative here. You two pick Tahm Kench. You could prevent fun. I mean, he just denying all this crowd control from all of these teams is one of the most rage-inducing champions to play against, but definitely very valuable, and I think that we'll continue to see him.
Well, and funnily enough, Kobe, it kind of plays into what you were talking about. You know, as the new runes have come out, you know, the superiority of poke champions, right? And therefore, what that does to squishy members. Hey, if an ADC gets hit by one Xerath, you know, Q, all of a sudden he's susceptible to a dive. So having that Tahm Kench there, having that extra safety in those moments, imperative.
And we were talking about the NA team not going around bot lane in the interview yesterday. I was talking to Gorilla before this tournament. He's like, look, the reality is I can't play range supports. I can't play fun supports. No one comes bot lane. We know that Peanut and Cuz don't go bot lane for his team, so someone has to play a tank. It's just the anti-fun
Tahm Kench, Jana, that's all I got. Well, let's take a look at our next game. We've got the representatives from Southeast Asia versus the LPL All-Star team. First up, it's Southeast Asia, which is a bit of a roster mashup due to some visa issues for the GPL representatives.
Yeah, and I do want to take a quick shout out to the original team that was selected by All-Stars. It was Hope, Levi, Null, No Way, and Palette. That said, because of the visa issues, we do have these new representatives, 2 players from Singapore, 2 players from Thailand, 1 player from Vietnam, 2 players from Singapore. So Singaporean bot lane down there, and then Patrick and Jisu representing Thailand here for the GPL.
And Levi, the one voted in, that will remain.
Yeah, Levi's the one, and a big number for him as well. 96+% of voters actually voted for Levi, the highest percentage of any player here. So unfortunately not the 5 they chose, but definitely the #1 of just anyone represented.
Right, but Kobe, if you're one of the 4 players that has to step up, right, and try and put on a performance like Levi, who made his splash at the 2016 All-Star event, like, you've got your work cut out for you here because he really did put on quite a showing last year.
Exactly. I mean, this is an all-star event trying to showcase individual players. Levi is one of the biggest stars. He is actually the biggest star from Vietnam. So the question really is, who's going to step up and be the next Levi, I guess? There has been a lot of, talk about Jisu. I know, Frost, you love him.
Yeah, and he is considered kind of the superstar of his team. Team Ascension did make a very good run. It was actually Young Generation, as well as the Gigabyte Marines that represented the GPL at this Worlds. Young Generation went 3-2 against Jisu's team, and he is, again, if you're not looking at Levi, we should be looking at this top laner.
But you should also be looking at Levi.
But you should be looking at Levi.
And Jisu has that international experience as well, played on Mysterious Monkeys for a couple of games as well, so he's played outside of his region as well, so he's definitely got something about it.
It was pointed out 3 different regions represented on that team, so communication and how they work together will be called into question. We'll see if they match up, or rather how they match up against the LPL squad, who aren't taking this tournament lightly, to say the least. Frost, fill us in.
Yeah, so they've been boot camping for a while. There was some facilities. I had some nice water bottles made for them, but this is the roster of the lineup. Now, the thing is each one of these members was selected. In the LPL, we have kind of like an Oscar night where we award the best top laner, the best jungler. All of these players heroes got best in their position, or at least the award, except for Xiye in the mid lane. It was unfortunately Xiao, that summer MVP, who's not represented here today, but it doesn't get better than this.
I mean, we also have to talk about the bottom lane here with Uzi and Meiko. It's kind of a dream matchup where we finally get to have these two guys together. I mean, Uzi, yes, you talk about the 1v1s, and he's defending champion, and he would love to win those again. But since more focus is being put on the 5-on-5s, and as you're talking about the rumors of 2 weeks of preparation in this 5-on-5 squad for these guys, they're definitely tryharding extremely in this 5-on-5 matchup as well.
And I do want to talk about his partner in crime, the dude on your screen right now, Meiko. He is the shot caller for EDG, so we talk about that built-up synergy. If you're going to see the LPL moving around as a cohesive unit, chances are it's this guy calling the shots. And I know Uzi is recognized as being such a powerhouse. Meiko has been the best support, even when Mata was in the league, for a very long time.
But if we talk about the guy who's going to kind of be the leader for the GPL in Levi, we've got to talk about the person on the other side of the rift charged with, taking it to him, Mlxg. I mean, both of these junglers, very aggressive, very creative players.
And while we might have had a static meta so far, we said the same thing at Worlds when it seemed like it was just going to be Ardent Sensor and defensive, and Levi was able to warp it then. So I will look to that matchup, to Levi and Mlxg, to bring us something new from the jungle and start to vary things out.
But then you also have to look at their partners in crime in the mid laner, Patrick and Xiye. Fun story, when I was talking to the GPL team backstage, I was like, okay, quick, how exactly do you say all of your summer names? They go down the line, and then Patrick from the very corner, Patrick.
Did you get that at home,
got it.
everybody? You got it? All right, don't screw it up now for me. Anyway, that's going to do it for us here at the desk. Time for us to get in the game. Let's send it over to Captain Flowers and Officio to get us into the matchup.
Welcome back, everybody. We've already seen two pretty telling stories in the first couple of games.
One-sided game.
Yeah, the victories were very decisive. But now, in game number 3, we've been talking about how we don't want to see any more of the Kench. We want him back on the bench. And if there's any team that will take that boring, safe stuff and put it on the bench, it is going to be the representatives from Southeast Asia.
I mean, they are the kind of team who will show up here, obviously not again with all the members who were voted in, but now a lot of replacements who just need to go in and not play the standard poke meta, but instead do something crazy to really surprise us. And I mean, it's the perfect team to do this. They are from the GPL, they are known to introduce a lot of fun things to the meta, and I want to see that from these guys.
This is a team, and I'm not afraid to admit this, going into Worlds this year, when the Gigabyte Marines were going to be part of Worlds, I was like, I'm honestly feeling like people will probably walk away disappointed from the Gigabyte Marines games because we saw them at MSI, we saw their tricks, and people will have figured them out. And then they did Nocturne level 6 at 4 minutes ganking level 2 bottom laners. And I ate my words for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man. I was never more excited to be wrong than I was when I said I didn't expect much from Gigabyte Marines. So I never count this team out now. I always want to see what they're going to bring to the table. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, especially with Levi being the guy who was able to go through from the first string team. It's going to be a good time.
And we know he can play like a million different junglers as well. That's really one of the roles where I feel like there is a lot of options for like different picks that maybe is not considered super meta at the moment. But again, this is the off season. What really is the meta?
We're learning.
We're learning. We're seeing all the poke right now, but that's going to change. People are going to figure out some answers to it. And again, in the jungle, I feel like picks like, Rengar and Nocturne, you can definitely play them and you can carry with champions like that. Even your Skarner can actually be used.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Spellbook Skarner is pretty strong.
Let's see Levi play Skarner.
Okay, maybe not Levi. Not Levi Skarner. Okay, let's get him on like the Nocturne.
Let's get him on something that actually does stuff before level 6 and can play the game without the...
Well, at least something that can, kill stuff and carry, not the Skarner. Anyway, so not Levi Skarner, but the rest of his team, on the other hand, I mean, right there. Jisu up in the top lane. I casted him in the EULCS when he was on the Mysterious Monkeys. And he had one playstyle, which was fight. Level 1, level 2, just level 3, level 4, just keep fighting, no matter what. He completely ignored the rest of the map, but he actually got some solo kills, also got solo killed quite a few times. But
I mean, that's the nature of the game.
Super fun play to watch because he's so aggressive in his playstyle. I want to see him on a carry. I want to see Levi on a carry. I just want 5 carries.
That's what I want too. We were talking last game. No Tom Kench. That's the rule. No Tom Kench. Somebody please ban that. Last game, we wanted to see Jankos on the Kazakhs. We were saying, yes, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in. This game, I want to see something like that for Levi. Pick the Kazakhs. I'm fine with that. Let's see the Kazakhs again.
Yeah, sure.
See Nocturne. That's what you said. That's going to be a great one. Anything that can make those early plays. Anything these guys can do something wonky on. Maybe we'll get to see a lane swap.
Maybe, I mean, sadly, obviously, again, they're Gigabyte Marines and their coach Tinekun, who is one of the guys introducing these kind of things into the meta. He's not here either. So we might not see that crazy amount of stuff. But the LPL lineup, I mean, we're looking at these names, you know, Uzi, Meiko down the bot lane. It is amazing to watch these two guys play. Xiye in the mid lane is kind of the surprise for me that he actually made it in. But again, he's actually had a good year with WE. And I think with him in mid just being not the big carry, you can rely much more on Uzi in the bottom lane. And you can also rely on Mlxg in what can be a carry jungle meta.
Right. We want to see carry jungles from both these guys. There's the potential there for the carry jungle to really break.
And I want to see 10-0 Mlxg and 0-10 Mlxg in the same game.
Yes.
It can happen in the same game.
You want to see him go 10-0 and then 0-10.
Exactly.
Or 0-10 and then 10-0. Just do really bad and then do really good.
Yeah.
Or the other way around. Or the other way around. But anyway,
Zoe.
into the bans for this one. Zoe's still up. Keep that in mind. Tahm Kench is still up. Jarvan, Xerath, Malzahar banned out by SEA.
Okay.
China banning out Jhin, Jace, Ornn.
And no Zoe ban. You said it just before here. We're waiting for the last ban, but it was the Jhin being removed. MF still considered a very strong pick. Jarvan is banned away. It's another potential first pick, obviously. Jace is banned from the side of China. So MF, because she's flex pick, right now both support and AD carry, is a fine early pick in the draft. Once again, Zoe is up. Xiye can pick it now, gamble and see if Patrick wants to play it, and then needs some kind of answer. Malzahar was an answer we saw earlier that didn't work from Brazil.
Well, it also didn't work because of the Kench. So maybe
Very true,
if
very
you
true.
can get them to draft not their support in the first phase, even if they take Zoe, you ban the Kench in the second phase, don't let them have it, and then you've got a way to go in.
Mlxg, what happened to you, man? Now he's just
Just a
always
one
playing
picker.
tanks, and it's fine.
One
It's okay.
is setting
It
on excitable carry junglers.
And to be fair, when he did pick the Lee Sin at Worlds, it didn't really work for him. Backfired pretty hard. So
Yeah, but
maybe some
I still want
confidence
to
has been
dream,
removed.
damn it.
I know. Maybe we get it later. For now, it looks to be the Sejuani jungle. The Gnar top lane, such a safe pick as well. Obviously coming in here for 957. Zoe still available. Patrick, what do you got? I mean, come on.
See what Patrick's gonna do here. What do they want to pick? They know the enemy jungle. They know the enemy top lane. Maybe they leave mid lane all the way towards the last couple of picks. Maybe
That's
they do.
my boy Jisu up in the
All
top
right,
lane.
there. You talked about wanting to fight
Yeah.
all the time. You pick Camille. You're gonna fight all the time.
You see that Gnar, you say, you know what, when he's in mini Gnar, I can all in him. I can just force fights on him. It's not an easy matchup to play. It's very much a skill matchup, but that is what we want to see. We're going to see some action in that top lane, some good 1v1s. Again, could still be flex bot lane, blah, 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 but it's going to be top lane. I'm calling it.
I don't want to see an easy matchup to play Deficio, because easy matchups to play are farm matchups and really boring stuff. I want to see Camille
agree.
versus Gnar. I want to see something explosive. Ryze locked in for Patrick there in the
Oh,
middle.
no one wants to pick Zoe, it looks like, in this game.
A little bit afraid.
Oh, Ezreal was open as well. This is a pick that's normally banned a lot because AD carry Ezreal is amazing at the moment. Uzi is a guy who picks Ezreal when it's not even meta.
But they lock in the Azir.
Again, I knew he was going to do that. I just wanted to talk about Ezreal.
Right. You have to touch on it for that one brief moment where it's not banned away. But now Southeast Asia knows that China was thinking about it.
I'm actually sad. I wanted to see the Ezreal right there. I want to see Uzi Ezreal instead.
Yeah, that would have been a lot of fun. That would've
Anyway,
been a lot of fun.
Azir is
Ah,
also
well.
really, really strong at the moment. Actually surprised we haven't seen it so far today.
Well, they're fixing that for us now. Zoe,
Yeah, they are.
unbanned, unpicked. I didn't think we would have a game like that.
You can still play support Zoe.
Ooh, I guess that is true.
It is a thing. It's not as good as mid lane Zoe. It will not one-shot people.
But you still have Sleepy Trouble Bubbles,
That's
which
what
are
you
an
got.
amazing setup tool.
That is what you got, and you got a bit of poke. But we're also looking still at the lineup from China is like insane team fight. And it's actually a combo you don't need to ban Tahm Kench because you just have a ton of super, super strong, long range damage from Azir. They didn't ban anything.
They didn't ban. Yeah, you don't need to ban anything.
Who needs second phase bans?
What do we even need to ban these guys for? Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm not really sure if this is a next level strategy or what's going on here, but they did not ban a
They
champion.
still didn't ban anything. Well, now, okay.
They banned Rek'Sai. So that's a jungler that can do stuff early.
Yeah, not the most exciting ban we've
no.
seen. Ezreal's still open. Uzi,
Yeah,
do it.
really surprised to see the Ezreal make it past the second
Do it,
round.
Uzi. Give me that Ezreal.
You can hear the crowd clamoring
Give me
for
that
it, man. They know
Ezreal.
what they want.
Just do it. I want to see the RNG. I want to see you get some potions level 1, 2, 3. No,
Come on,
that's
Uzi.
Timo.
Come on, Uzi.
All right, Killis, just love. Do it, Ezreal. Come on.
Uzi bouncing back and oh, he's all over the place. What's he gonna pick?
There's so many AD
Oh,
carries.
it's
Even
gonna
Bane
be-
is open for him.
Hey! we go. All right, all right.
I feel like everyone else
What to
wanted
do.
Vayne. That's
Yeah,
fine
of
too,
course everybody
but-
wants Vayne, but we have realistic expectations.
All right.
Probably not going to get Vayne first game. You got to wait for later on for that. This is day one.
True.
You got 4 days.
Never on first day from Uzi here. Saves it. When you least expect it.
Yeah,
Boom, Vayne.
the big spotlight moment. That's what it's all about.
All right, so clearly they were fine giving Ezreal over. Let's see what the answer is. Leona, right now, amazing down in the bottom lane. Oh my god, so tanky. Great damage with Aftershock as well. Not easy to play against Ezreal, I gotta say.
Right. Okay, so we do get to see Levi on a carry-style jungler, Nidalee locked in.
All right, we like that. We like that. We still need the support right now from the LPL team. They see some Chinese team here. We do see the Leona already locked in, so they know, okay, there's going to be some fights on the bottom side. Braum is the answer. No Tom Kench, thank
Okay,
God.
no Kench. It didn't get banned, but it didn't get picked, and neither did Zoe.
I don't understand support picks right now. The last few games we've seen where it's like, Tom Kench locked in, let's pick Blitzcrank or Thresh.
Yeah.
This game, you ban Varus and Ashe, two champions who cannot escape from a Leona ever, and you give Ezreal the champion who can escape from Leona. I don't really follow the thinking here, because imagine there's an Ashe on the enemy team. You like have
Yeah.
MF ult and Leona ult.
You use one Leona
Look at
ult,
you.
blow her flash, and then the next time Leona ults up, you just kill her for free.
Maybe it's some next level stuff where we're gonna see sick like predictions. Whenever Uzi E's anywhere, Leona like flash E's follows and just kills him. Maybe that's what we're gonna get.
Or maybe we're going to get some more minion dematerializer.
I want more minion dematerializer. I just really thought you could use it much earlier, but I obviously misread the 155 seconds cooldown early on in the game.
Well, now we know. The learning process, that's part of it. But loading into game number 3 here. SEA versus China. Who's going to come out on top? I really want to see these junglers go crazy. I think that'll be a big fun point of this entire game here, especially if Levi can go off. Like you said, though, without Tenny-kun, we might not get to see like lane swap, craziness, super, what the heck level rotation.
We got some wombo combo though. We have the Leona MF bot lane. That can work. Right now, Electrocute Nidalee can be super strong, but there might be a change.
That's not electrocute this game, Deficio.
Oh.
That's glacial augmentation.
Interesting. So he wants to be able to slow on his auto attacks when he actually jumps on to anyone from the Chinese team.
Because that's one of the things Nidalee Kit is missing, right? There's no CC in it. Yeah, you have a lot of chase, you got a lot of mobility, but there's no CC. So he's saying, all right.
But that is less damage from him, and like full AP Nidalee with Electrocuted, that's a lot of burst. But clearly Levi feeling like he doesn't need it.
This is what we like to see. Innovation, different takes, different uses for the runes. That was one of the main goals about the runes, is allowing people to change the way they play.
Come back to us, Captain
Each game.
Flowers.
Yeah,
don't
back.
step away from the
Yeah,
mic.
we're back. But changing the way you play from game to game, adapting, mixing up the play style a little bit, right? So
All right.
maybe this game, Levi says, hey, could have extra damage, Electrocute's great, but the slow will be what makes this one happen.
And
I
that
wanna see.
slow then allows the Leona to land her engage, or Jisu to get in range with his Camille, and then suddenly you can't run away because again you get slowed down. Like, there is some potential here. I want to see it in game, obviously, from Levi first. Uzi, no surprise, down the bottom lane, rolling the dice. Just want to keep landing those mystic shots so he constantly gets either some gold or a potion, or if you're unlucky, you get the ward instantly. You're kind of like, ugh, where's my red pot?
By the way, the Gnar on press the attack this game as
Hey,
grasp. So
there we
there's
go.
your offensive rune choice.
Yeah, I was
for 957.
I was debating this actually with Papa Smithy, and he was like, "Nah, Korean Nars is just go airy every single time, but give a bit more poke." And I still feel like press the attack on Gnar, especially after the nerfs on 723 to airy, is actually super viable, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in this game here. Gotta land some autos first. Gotta actually proc it against this Camille, but then you deal some extra DPS.
All right, bottom lane, two big tanky supports. One very difficult to catch AD carry, the other one's a little bit more motionless.
This big event.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. We'll give it that.
They really wanted Uzi to play the Ezreal, so I expected like some sort of counter pick ready.
Right. Some sort of really unexpected, oh, so this is what they're thinking, sort of
Right,
like
right.
Eureka moment. But we didn't get that. We got
Leona.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, Leona on her own right now after...
Is awesome.
Yeah, after 7-22, when we had the runes being introduced, she got like 20 base armor added onto her. Her W got 5 more armor as well when she activates it. So she gets so much tankiness, also with Aftershock when she goes in, that it's really hard to kill her during the all-in. And the damage is actually pretty serious from her as well. See what happens here, Levi?
Levi is thinking about going over this. He's going to end up finding the Sejuani. He should have seen the crab right there, but he's still going topside. Still wants 957 here. It's going to be 2 versus 2.
Slow him down. Oh, he
slowed him. Glacial Augment. There's your spear. More damage coming in, but now Mlxg makes his way in here. Nice job on the flail. Mlxg walking himself away now as Patrick takes a lot of damage from Xiye.
Oh, Azir right now is so good as well. It is no longer the area Azir, though. It is Comet right here for Xiye. Just constantly apply a bit of extra poke when he's actually dealing with Ryze. And the reason it is Comet and not area is just slightly more damage.
All right. He's definitely giving the Ryze a hard time right now. Meanwhile, bottom lane, it's Uzi and Meiko taking control. 25 CS compared to 18. And remember, Ezreal's economy is naturally going to be bigger because of the fact that he has Kleptomancy. Even if you get one of the crappy potions, you sell it.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, there's just so many ways for Uzi to get extra gold. And suddenly he's sitting on 2 items before you even realize he can actually get 2 items, and he's super strong. See what happens here? Patrick is very low. Xiye wants to maybe stop the recall.
Patrick has heal. Gets the root. Xiye getting away. I like Patrick going for that.
I respect that. And he got 2 summoners right there. Only used his own flash. Levi is top lane again. 957, though, is near his own turret. Levi is sitting right there in the brush, hiding.
Levi wants to use that Glacial Augment if he can. Jisu wants to set up the hook shot, but 957 is so close to the turret, and he's got the Mega Gnar ready to go. The bar's just about charged. All right, play's not going to work out. Levi's got to get back.
And obviously also another reason for Levi sitting here is in case a gank happens against Jisu, because he's pushing to the lane. Levi is there for the counter gank, so it's not just, oh, 957 is dumb, he's going to jump forward and die. No. Like, the potential of the enemy jungler being there is
a method to the madness.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some rhyme for the reason. Now, bottom side, this story is being told the same way every single time we look down here. It's Ezreal and Braum pushing to the enemy turret, keeping these guys underneath of it, setting up permanent shop down there.
Also really like Guardian. At the moment, I actually think it's pretty strong. Obviously, for Meiko, when he's near Uzi, if Uzi's taking some damage, the shield will proc. So Uzi suddenly won't take that much damage from himself. And there's a movement speed buff happening as well when that shield procs, which is actually very effective, especially if you're getting ganked. And you gotta escape, or if you want to play super aggressive and want to all in. So right now when that double up happens from the MF, Meiko is there and adding a little bit of extra shielding for Uzi just to make sure he doesn't take too much damage.
Jisu getting a good W there down onto that Gnar.
Patrick
not quite finding the stun. He came up just a little bit shy, so they couldn't set that one up.
So we've seen the strategy now the first 5 minutes from Southeast Asia, which is go top lane.
Yep.
Jisu is on this Camille here. He can snowball out of control against the Gnar. He is known to be a strong carry player. Levi's been up there twice. Patrick even won pre-level 6 on this Ryze here. They really want to make sure that Jisu is doing well in the early game.
Well, he's doing okay. He's 46 to 44 CS, but for the amount of time you've invested up there, you would have hoped to have gotten a little bit more. Patrick now may be in some trouble. Emperor's Divide comes down. Mlxg also going to be swooping in. It's 2 versus 2. One more stack will make a stun onto Patrick. The damage comes through. The soldiers are there. Xiye not getting the damage. And Levi turns it around, but 957 will now swoop in. Mega Gnar into the wall. A double kill for him as Krog gets himself stunned up. Meiko with the defense to provide the shield. A triple kill for 957.
Oh, what a start now here for China. 3 kills picked up. Yes, sure, they lost the first one, but that doesn't matter if you can get 3 kills for your Gnar. The champion that was under pressure just 30 seconds ago because Jisu was getting a lot of help from his team. Well, now that champion sitting on 3 kills.
It's amazing how things change just like that. Let's check it out one more time.
Yeah, they didn't know Levi was sitting in the brush here, so they do get a little bit surprised initially when they jump in, and it's a 2v2. Xiye wants to chase with Mlxg, no flash on Patrick, but now the turnaround, a lot of damage gets applied, and then Levi gets the kill. Here, look at the minimap. Jisu is actually running down to join, but then realizing, okay, I can't do anything, and he walks back up top lane. Instead of picking up a free kill on the jungler, he just wants to play it safe, and 3 kills now for China.
Awesome play coming out from them. And like you said, the kills couldn't have gone to a better spot. They're on the guy who was being pressured. They're on the guy that so much effort from Southeast Asia was being put into stopping. And 957's in a great position.
All Already got the Ninja Tappy for himself. Didn't get to spend all the gold just yet, so I guess technically he's not fully benefiting.
He's in a spot to be in a great position very soon.
Ah, yeah, the casual 1,600 gold you're sitting with at 7 minutes.
Oh yeah, no big deal. Southeast Asia bottom lane in a lot of trouble against Uzi and Meiko right now.
Yeah, but
they want to make the dive.
You gave him Ezreal when you want to play a kill lane with Leona. That's
You
not
know,
how it works.
They just have to pop the heal.
They gotta
Standing
try
there,
something, man.
Because they're like, hey, we're gonna die. Okay, there you go. Rook gets away, bullet time comes out. Uzi gonna be eating a lot of damage from that one. Stands in it, but not quite dead just yet. Make it rain, not quite. No.
That was the one thing, though.
Oh,
again!
He's able to find the damage almost. Uzi goes down.
Oh,
Two! The Comet strikes him. Top lane. Double kill,
He
bottom
did.
side. Shut down in the top lane.
Yeah,
And just
got
like
three
that,
kills.
Xiye, I was going to say it's evened up, and now Xiye makes it uneven once more.
I can't believe that twice Leona managed to actually connect her E with Uzi jumping away. He didn't jump early, he didn't jump before, he actually got hit by it twice.
And you said, what did you say in Champion Select? Leona's going to flash E to Ezreal, and that's how it's going to work. And what did he do? He flashed E to Ezreal.
I definitely expected Uzi to be able to jump out of that one before he actually got hit by it. Didn't happen twice. He just died in the bottom lane. Top lane tower going down, though. That was a huge turnaround.
Absolutely massive for Southeast Asia. They're actually upping gold now. With that first turret gold, they're up about 200. Let's take a look at how it happened bottom lane.
All right, so Uzi wants to completely avoid getting hit by this one, but he's too late, connects, and therefore Leona will follow. So now they're winning because they also have level 6 on this MF. They try and run away. Uzi's jump is ready again. Misses this one. Flash E. Surprises Uzi. Pulls on the turret. Doesn't matter. That's a kill. And Comet.
The Comet, man.
See top lane. Nice play, Jisu right there. Flashing in. And then Levi. I mean, it's a double buff. 2v1. Easy peasy.
And then bottom lane.
And then bottom lane. He killed him as well.
Yep, Dantiz couldn't get away from Xiye swooping in on the Azir. So with all that blood having been settled now, the game is pretty much dead even. A lot of money on both the Misfortune and Nidalee on the side of Southeast Asia. Well, if you look back at the Chinese squad, it's all about the top lane still, with plenty of money on Xiye as well, with his farm advantage over the Ryze.
I can't believe Kra actually managed to pull off the flash zenith plate and then actually do they want a more kill.
Oh, they've got their buddy down here now. It's Levi coming in to make the play, but there comes your zenith blade. Uzi's gonna eat the entire bullet time again. His name's Uzi. You'd think he'd know how to respect the bullets.
It's working bot lane though. It's working right now. This MF is getting fed. The Leona is setting up kills. Southeast Asia is now sitting with a 1,000 gold lead, 6 kills to 5. This bot lane tower is gonna take a lot of damage.
You know, I was talking with some of the guys in the office earlier this week, talking about All-Stars and this team, and how going into All-Stars, Southeast Asia would be one of the teams you would have to watch out for because they're so good at this crazy style. Now, China looking to mount their counterattack. They've swooped in with 3. They're able to take down Dantiz. Kraw's going to be jumped on next, trying to get away. No mana, no way out. It's just a matter of time. Levi goes back to take down the turret and now look to make his great escape, but Meiko already there, glacial fissure to stop the escape route, make Levi walk up and into Uzi's waiting arms.
I love this game though. 11 minutes in and everyone is just dying left and
11
right.
minutes in, 14 kills.
There we go. Mid laner's roaming down as well. Sadly, Patrick not able to follow Xiye now. Where this Azir goes bot lane and picks up a few kills, and that's key, of course. Azir's late game, we know it's amazing. Infernal Drake to make that late game a little bit better as well.
I mean, if you've got something awesome, why not make it even more so by picking up the damage amplification here? 11.5 minutes. So another nice early Infernal Drake as we look at what happened with this punish.
All right, TP. Jisu actually has TP as well and could try and TP down bot lane and help his team, but he's saving it. He's just sitting with the top lane right now. And then, of course, now it's too late to really do anything. So the call was very clearly just die in the bottom lane and try and, you know, kill the tower, and that was it.
And they did. They died in the bot lane, they killed the tower.
So I call that a
2 out of 2
successful play.
Yeah.
If the call was die and take tower, and you did it, we can't blame them.
Everybody's dead, and so is the tower. 2 out of 2 objectives completed.
There we go. It's actually also the time where one thing we got to do more in League of Legends casting is add like some John Madden quote style for what's happening.
Yeah.
And like that's something maybe maybe it fits into this game. We'll see. But so far, there's so much action happening. It's actually hard to do anything else. But yell about team fights.
That's what you got to do in a game like this. Generally, if there's a lot of team fights happening on the map, it means there's going to be a lot of action.
There you go.
Now, if you're the Chinese team right now, you still got to be a little bit careful because you're behind in gold, right?
And being behind the goal is never a good thing.
Right. You always got to respect your opponents when they've got that lead. Levi jumping in there, trying to steal away that blue. Always on the aggressive with this guy, constantly looking to make the moves, trying to make the plays. Xiye back in mid lane here on the Azir. 2-1-3, Abyssal Mask is done. Nice and tanky on him. 957 and Jisu. Oh,
that 1v2, by the way.
Goes in. Mlxg coming in to help out with this one. Jisu immediately bailing away from that, but there comes your Sejuani ulti slammed up into the wall in 957 with number 5.
Yeah. It still counts with Jisu and just keep fighting kind of style.
Yeah.
There was no vision for him right there in the river. Got completely surprised that Mlxg showed up, and yeah, it's never a good thing to go in 1v2.
No, you go in 1v2, you're usually going to be outnumbered. You're going to have to worry about that one. All right, number 2 in the top side meant there was a little bit of opportunity elsewhere to maybe make something happen, but they weren't quite able to have that work out. So that means that the top laner and jungler from the Chinese squad have been able to push down top, get some damage onto the turret, but now with Levi up here.
Yeah, I was about to yell about him landing one auto, apply the slow, TP comes in, chased him down in the long lane, and in my mind it looked amazing. In game, it didn't do anything.
It didn't work very well. No. But we're still looking at a game that 14 minutes in is 100 gold apart, which is way closer than either of the past 2 games have been. We were looking at 3,000 gold and above differences in the past 2 games at this point, but this one locked, dead even between these two. And that just means that with all these kills happening all over the place, each kill means that much more. Levi tries to jump in and gets his mark.
And we know if you want to get more gold, you gotta get more kills, more farm, more turrets.
Mlxg's just hanging around while he knows Levi is there, disrespecting him, gets jumped on, takes a lot of damage, and now his back's gonna be that much slower.
Still, I mean, the fact that this game is like so open now, turrets, falling on the Chinese side at the moment, and the fact they're actually losing map control, suddenly means this Leona, if she can roam with Moby Boots, shows up randomly in the lane, that's a kill.
And we've already seen that he can hit the skill shots. He can get the Zenith Blades and set these plays up. Jisu jumped on by 957. As much as this guy wants to fight, that Gnar is really, really strong, and I don't really know about making that one happen.
Oh, there we go, some plays.
All right, Croft after Uzi once more. Instead now putting some damage onto Meiko. Jumps over the wall to Uzi to get to safety. Levi not finding any damage onto him there. All right, they go for it, but they don't really find anything.
Still, again, Southeast Asia not lost any towers. That is a very bad thing for the Chinese team. They need to start getting down some turrets, get some more gold to actually also be able to withstand some of the pressure we will see soon from this Leona here, from, of course, Levi as well in the lane.
Now, Cross still has the ultimate available as well. He tried to go in last time, he used the flash, but he didn't use the ulti. So you always have that opportunity to engage from long range as 957 continues pushing. Eternal pressure in this top side. Lots of bodies from both sides. Dantiz gonna be caught out. Walks way too far forward. He goes in too soon. Levi coming in over the wall, seeing what he can do. But Uzi's already got the kill. 957 coming in. Mega Gnar finds the damage onto Levi as the Chinese squad mops up.
They were supposed to go in and surprise the LPL team, but instead
they got surprised.
Wait a minute, we're now surrounded. And Dantiz on the MF ended up in the front line and died very early on.
I don't really know what Dance's plan was there. He ran up pretty close.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you want to get to the wall and flash over, but that was supposed to be one of those plays where they could get further ahead. Use the fact they had turrets alive. They could be in the river and he's fighting.
Jisu, 1 versus 1 against Uzi. Needs one more auto attack to do it. Exhaust nearly enough to save him, but not quite. Now
kill him as well now.
Into the 1v1. Mlxg will swoop in, punish Jisu for the over-aggression. The stun into the bop, and he's out of it.
He did stop the Rift Hill while also killing Uzi. I go 100% worth it right there for Jisu.
Oh, you put the worth in all chat? You put the worth in all
chat? Oh, you do? Oh,
stun.
Aftershock damage.
Aftershock. Levi comes in, doesn't hit the spear, but he's got the slow. Glacial Augment, keeping him there. Craw with more CC. Levi's got the kill.
That's how it works. Actually, let's see botman first.
Patrick just can't deal with Xiye at all.
But
this game.
If you can't hit the spears, you can always hit the auto attacks. And he can then apply slow and be useful. So he's basically telling his team, guys, I do not need to land my skill shots, just follow up when I auto someone. And yeah, To be fair, he got baited by his support who literally just turned around out of nowhere. That was a tough one. Had it been a solo queue game, I'm not sure if I'd have played the AD carry or the support. Stick together, everyone.
Right. Work with your bottom lane duo partner. Make sure you're on the same page, because when you're not on the same page, you're going to end up reading a whole different book sometimes. That's kind of what happened in that top lane.
And then you die, and that's a bad thing.
Meanwhile, at the red buff, Mlxg swooping in for the steal. Levi stole his last time. Now he's trying to return the favor and does do so. Walks out now. He's got himself the Cinderhulk, working on the Righteous Glory next.
And we're 18 minutes into this game, by the way, and Uzi already has 2 fully completed items.
Yeah,
Tier
Uzi's
fully
scary.
stacked, you know, upgraded, Trinity Force is right there. So this AD carry, despite being 2 and 3, is extremely strong. On the other side, the AD carry from Southeast Asia here, the MF, like 2 items not fully completed just yet, and that's with getting early kills in lane.
But remember, he is stacking the lethality, which is very cost-effective early, especially against these low armor targets. The only person with any armor is the Sejuani, who's got his passive, of course, and then a Glacial Shroud, which gives 20. So lethality will still do a lot of work against these guys.
That's going to be a lot more armor coming in later, also for 957. We might get a fight here around the Rift Herald.
Oh, both teams want to go for it here. Maybe not. Okay. All right, I got a little bit too hopeful.
I mean, they're going for the
Braum
Rift
back.
Herald, so you're not wrong.
The Rift Herald is the choice from China. Southeast Asia deciding it's not really worth their time. They'll give that one over. But now they've got to deal with that.
They've had this problem where they really want to fight on the top side, but Patrick is sitting bot lane right now, and he's not able to join, obviously. There's no TP on this Ryze, and they don't actually control the river, despite having, again, a bit of an advantage, or at least had it beforehand. Didn't utilize it, and now this mid lane tower taking more damage.
All right, mid lane tier 1 under pressure means Southeast Asia has to pull the trigger, do something. 957, gonna eat the spear, but considering the Gnar bar is at full, you gotta respect going into him there. Patrick gonna be knocked back, Emperor's Divide keeping him under control. Patrick trying to use the ulti to get himself away. He's out.
Out for now. Mid lane tower still alive, took a lot of damage, but China did decide to back away. Meanwhile, top lane, Jisu will continue pushing. This man will not stop. He will keep pushing, keep being aggressive. 957, he knows there's multiple members on top side because they're getting bot lane tower, they're getting Drake without anyone doing anything.
That was a
Take
good
it.
true shot barrage. Yeah,
Nice.
Uzi took it with the true shot barrage. He was saying, hey, you might be able to steal it away from my jungler. You can't steal it away from me. That's fine. Secures that for himself. And now the push continues here in the mid lane.
So we'll finally get that mid lane tower, Rift Herald as well. Just here to do actually nothing useful, but
I mean, that was, yeah, pretty much a waste. But
yeah, I'd probably like taking down the tower and then used it, but that's fine.
sometimes it just ends up working out like that. Sometimes you got to use the Rift Herald. Maybe it had a little bit of time left on it. I didn't actually see the timer before it went away.
No, they got it so late in the game. We just had that potential fight where you were lying to the viewers before.
Oh, yeah.
And you said there was a fight happening, and there wasn't. So
I was trying to give them an excuse. I was trying to find a way out of the...
by lying to the viewers again?
The mistiming of the Rift Herald.
It's becoming
No,
quite an
by
issue for
presenting
you.
an alternate perspective. A different way of looking at things.
Fair enough.
Different point of view.
Well, Uzi right now is sitting with a QSS as well, completed, in case anyone should finally get onto him, being Leona, being, of course, Jisu here with this Camille. So this Ezreal will be hard to lock down, and I guess you can't dodge the engages.
You just
can
make it
QSS
so they don't
them.
count.
Yeah, just QSS.
Make it so they don't count. Oh, you hit me, I can't dodge it. Well,
And
you
then
didn't technically hit me.
You can just tell people I was fading. I wanted to use it on
Yeah.
him so I could QSS.
It's all about creating space and setting up the plays. Jisu getting a lot of damage here. Nice interrupt on the Ryze ultimate, as now they should be able to find two. There's number one. The second will follow. The stun into the damage. The double kill for 957.
That was basically perfect from Mlxg. Literally make sure the two members cannot get out. Kill them. Baron is alive. Levi was in the mid lane. He's not there to help. And Chinese team here, they're playing as 5 men together at the moment. No one is getting caught out.
All right. Does Dantiz fire off the bullet time? Does he get a big play? There you go.
Oh, that's a big one.
Damage onto the Chinese squad, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Draw the target as first. Now Levi in there. He's gone. They're all gone. Dantiz the last man standing. They tried so hard to Fishio.
That was such a big one.
Oh, it
Meiko-
didn't even matter.
Meiko didn't manage to block almost anything right there. I think it was actually off zoning someone else. In the end though, Baron, 22 minutes. Uzi and the rest of the team getting pretty fit. 957, 9 kills in top lane. Needs 4 more deaths and 4 more assists, and then it fits.
Now, we were talking earlier when we were watching the EU versus Korea game we're kind of criticizing the EU game plan a bit because they were focusing a lot on killing Cuvée and not a lot on winning the game of League of Legends. Game of League of Legends,
Gotta kill the Nexus.
you kill the Nexus, right. You kill the other guy's Nexus before they kill your Nexus, and the Chinese team is making strides towards constantly accomplishing that goal. They're not just fighting for fighting. Every time they fight, they're getting something out of it, like we see here.
Step 1 is Mlxg ulting the Ryze into Rob's ult. Oh, so beautiful. 2 kills for them, straight in towards the Baron. I just want to see near the Baron where Meiko was with the Braum. Because technically his job is stand in front of the MF. We're like, ha! No.
No, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, you don't ult anyone. But I think he was off to the side, zoning Levi. Yep, there you see Meiko on the side. And then we actually get what could have been a sick play with the Braum blocking the Nidalee spear, potential Nidalee spear. It could have looked great. Could have done a lot. Sadly, a little bit too far behind.
Now things have gone from really competitive between the two teams to looking more and more like a landslide victory for China if they can continue this pace, if they can continue pushing this tempo. Looking to steal away that red buff. Levi throws in the spear. Thanks for the leash as they give that one over to Uzi. Now going in yet again, stunned down onto Patrick, who's been having a rough game so far. It's only going to get rougher. 0-3 now. Into the base they go. Stuns into the wall. 9-5-7. The hero of the day here so far. 9-1-5 on the Gnar. Double kill for Uzi. Braum trying to get himself out as Levi will buy some time. Uzi with the triple. Levi going to be caught out by the Winter's Bite. The Glacial Fissure will find him at just the very end. The turret goes down, the team goes with it, and the Chinese team with a quadra kill for their AD carry makes that push.
Mlxg starts the fight, 9-5-7 follows up. Perfect Gnar play from him, and they're going straight for that Nexus.
This game, we were talking about how close it was, how much it didn't look like the first couple of games, and now 24 minutes in, they're on the Nexus. The game's over.
They want more kills. Patrick, by the way.
Okay, Patrick trying to hold on, but the Nexus goes down, and just like that, GG for the Chinese roster.
And what we saw here is obviously a Chinese team who's been boot camping, been practicing together to get ready for this tournament here. After laning phase, when kind of the solo queue parts ended, they're like, okay, how do we play as a team here? Group up, don't get caught out by like a random Leona engage or something. Go top lane, 2 kills, Baron, 1 team fight in mid, game is over. So we just saw basically a team playing coordinated and together against a team who's of course trying to just play more of this like individual style.
The crazy chaotic style.
Right.
Exactly. They were able to end that game so quickly. Just, I wish I was paying attention to the exact moment the Baron fell so I could count the number of minutes between Baron going down and then winning the game, because it was such a short time frame.
They still had the Baron buff when they finished the game.
Right.
So we know it was
It's under 4
very
minutes.
quick.
It's under 4 minutes if you still have the buff. Really good showing from these guys. We got to see Uzi play the Ezreal. We wanted to see it, despite getting caught out by the Leona Eve a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
I mean, we can give that one a little
It's
bit.
first game,
I
it's
don't
cold
know.
on stage, there's a bit of lag as well. Like
I mean,
happened.
it's dark outside now. Maybe that's throwing people off.
Hey.
You know, it's winter time. That's not any fun. Nobody wants to
Jet
play
lag,
in the dark.
jet lag.
Yeah, jet lag. I mean, these guys are flying halfway across the world to come here and play these games in the LCS studio. So first day, it's always a little bit shaky. That's why you got to save the Vayne for the later days. Remember, we mentioned that you can't play the Vayne on day one. You've got to get into your comfort zone, get into your flow, and then you can play the Vayne and impress all the fans.
And who needs to survive in the bot lane if you have 9-5-7 top lane getting basically 3 kills in the early game into 9 kills later in the game and then landing Mega Gnars left and right? It doesn't matter then. It's a team effort.
I don't think I saw any play from 957 this game where I'm like, that was kind of bad. He just, the whole game, he's just doing stuff. The entire time, he's going around, he's making plays, he's doing things. Xiye doing the same stuff on Azir. You constantly saw him rotating down bottom, making things happen. While Jisu and Patrick, it seemed like they were like, okay, hey guys, they're rotating. It's like, well, what are you doing? I'm farming, but I pinged it. Like,
Stop dying,
what are you
guys.
gonna do?
The ping is
Just
there.
Stop dying. I pinged it 3 times. You can see it in the chat log.
Yep.
Enemies are missing.
Yep.
But-
I like that argument a lot. Again, like, oh, they're diving our bot lane tower and you guys can't really do anything to defend, but I did ping.
Yes, the ping was there. You guys knew that they were coming. You should have left the tower.
I agree, 100%. So Patrick, not to blame in this game. Honestly, it was a team effort
Yeah.
towards the end, and then also kind of 9-5-7 and Mlxg together, those 2 guys forcing fights, getting a lot of advantages for this team, and the carries could just clean up.
And Mlxg, so many times, I saw him hit multi-man flails with Sejuani, being able to line that up. When he engages on that champion, he knows exactly what kind of angles he has to go in on. His ultis were on point. He did the job he needed to do.
That ulti on the Ryze.
Oh, that was so good.
That
We
was so
talked about being disappointed with him for being just this tank player now. Where's the exciting play? Where's the carry? Where's the cool picks? His performance on the Sejuani made up for the fact that it was Sejuani. That's the way I looked at it. But now let's go ahead and send things over to Freak, who's standing by with the LPL bot laner.
Thank you very much. I am joined here by Uzi, victorious bot laner here. You have quite some fans here in this audience cheering you on. How does that feel for you?
就是你在现场特别多的粉丝为你加油，你现在感觉怎么样？
非常感谢大家，我的感受真的非常热情，对，谢谢大家。
So he's feeling really happy to see so many people cheering for him at the venue. So he's super happy about it.
Now, at Worlds, we saw you get into the top 4. Is this going to be the event where you win a 5v5 international tournament?
你在世界赛的时候有拿到前4，那么你觉得这个比赛的话，你有机会拿到冠军吗？
我还是非常有信心的，而且我们也会慢慢的找到状态，因为我们还是刚打第一场，还是有一点失误的，对。
So he's still pretty confident in winning this whole entire tournament, but there's a lot of mistakes they made in the first game, so they need to keep practicing and find their rhythm.
Well, speaking of this game, I saw you and Meiko ran Futures Market, the new rune in the bot lane. I'm very curious why you thought it was a good choice and what's good about it.
就是我们发现你带了一个新的符文，就是可以欠钱买东西的那个符文。那你觉得你在这符文为什么你会选择这个符文？
因为 EZ 的出装备非常需要，就是前期的经济来给他很快的出到那个女神之内，然后升级到魔切才会伤害非常的高嘛。然后因为这个天赋非常的适合他，所以说我觉得这个天赋应该是非常人都很喜欢用它这个天赋。
So actually, EZ need a lot of items to be powerful. So he want the Tier Goddess first. So he need this ruins to help him.
Of course, it worked very well for you. One final question: you have the North American team later today, as well as your 1v1 against Levi. How are those going to go for you?
那么接下来你们会和北美队伍进行决战，而且单挑的时候你还会和越南队的 Levi 进行比赛。你觉得这2个比赛会怎么样？
我觉得会非常的精彩吧，因为我觉得我们遇到了对手实力都会很强。
So I think it's going to be a very exciting matchup. Although NA is really strong and Levi is really strong, but I think it's going to be a fun match.
All right, well, thank you very much. Let's toss it down to the analyst desk. Uzi, thank you very much. Xiye, and let's take it away.
Thank you very much, Freak. Uzi looking to defend his 1v1 title later in the day, but quite a few Chinese-speaking audience members out there. Lots of laughs. I'm kind of wondering what the one-to-one translations were of some of the questions that caused such joyous, raucous laughter.
When Freak asked the question, it's a normal question, and then when it's translated, all of a sudden it's hilarious. I'm like Freak's not that funny.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Not that funny. Wenson, much funnier. But as we look at that win out of the LPL squad, one thing I take note of is that this, to me, is the kind of all-star game I want to be watching. Kills left and right from minute 1. Let's style on each other. Let's look for fights, and let's prove who is mechanically or individually the better players.
And all I'm going to say, Dash, is that if you wanted more games like this, I know just the region for you. If you ever want to take a break from slow,
what region might that be?
Boring games of the NALCS, come to the LPL, come to the GPL, because we fight like this all the time. It's about being mechanical.
I like how you slipped the GPL. You're like, too.
I mean, but I think that's an important thing to talk about because, Tinnakon's not here. There was no guarantee that the Gigabyte Marine style would be the Southeast Asian team style. So for the confirmation to see kill-a-minute action after some slow macro games, you're right, it was a refreshing change.
And it started right from the beginning. I mean, I know that we're looking at the bot lane here, but Patrick also had some flashy moves in the mid lane, using the flash there and trying to catch Xiye underneath the tower. So I like the fact that the GPL still came with that killer instinct.
Yeah, but we saw the triple kill come in for 957 at the very beginning of that role. That kind of catapulted him through the rest of the game, being one of the major carries alongside Mlxg in the jungle. Ended up finishing 917 for 957. So a superstar performance out of him on the Gnar, and he continues to impress from Worlds onward. That's what this event's all about, right? About the individuals making a name. He began that story back in Worlds, and he's continuing to drive it home here on a completely different patch, completely different game.
I mean, even earlier, right? Even back at MSI, you know, coming through, and he was one of those unheralded WE players, and he stepped up that tournament, the Kled play, for example. That's when the expectations started. But for him to go from kind of a role-playing top laner, and you've obviously seen this up close for Skurran, into much more, into having both sides of the game, you can see why he was such a big pick for the top lane voters in China.
And when you actually look at the full timeline of 957, like no one really saw him coming. He's a very like motherly, very calm type of player. He was never really considered a big superstar. Yes, his Kled did, you know, put a lot of fear in the LPL, but coming up to that LPL finals where he made his big breakout at MSI, he was actually having a really bad split. He slumped really hard. So it's nice to see him find his stride, find that 917, and continue to showcase.
Kobe, topic of the day, though, has been about Runes Reforged, the new patch, and what these players would do with all the options available to them, right? And already on the day, we've seen a number of different choices. For example, you know, Nidalee with Glacial. We've got a Gnar that's in one game taking Common, in another taking Press the Attack. You know, so what's our feeling on some of, you know, maybe the unique rune choices from some of these pro players that we've seen so far out of the first?
They've been showcasing their strengths, right? They're used in the right places. Nidalee with the auto attack slow gets the benefit so much because she is really skill shot reliant, and we got to see it showcased here, you know, by Levi. We're talking about trying to talk up the early game plays of this team, of GPL in general. If you look at the team compositions, that's what we're going to expect from this team. You know, they have MF Leona in the bottom lane looking for those combo kills. They have the early game jungler. Those are the types of things that we're looking for. But then you look over at the other side and the LPL, and we're like, they were practicing for 2 weeks with custom-made water bottles, apparently, and they're drafting 2 tanks. They've got hard engage. They have scaling Azir, and you're just like, bad things are gonna come.
I was done at customized water bottles. I know Deficio, by the way, he's still wincing at the fact that an Ezreal was let through and a Varus and an Ashban go down in the wake of an MF pick. So I know that he's still hurting from that one. But again, it's all about testing the waters here, testing the limits of these champions and these rune choices. Now, the LPL All-Stars, they picked up a win for the fams back at home. We'll see which team can do the same in our next game. Coming up after the break, the Dream Team from Turkey takes on the LMS All-Stars. Don't go anywhere.
Damage comes through. The soldiers are there. Xiye not playing the damage. And Levi turns it around, but 957 will now swoop in. Gnar into the wall. A double kill for him.
That's the one thing, though.
Oh, again! He's able to find the damage. Almost Uzi goes down. The Comet strikes them. Top lane. Double kill bottom side. Shot, he goes in too soon. Levi coming in over the wall, seeing what he can do. But Uzi's already got the kill. 957 coming in. Gnar finds the damage onto Levi. Does Dantiz fire off the bullet time? Does he get a big play? There you go. Oh, that's a big one. Damage onto the Chinese squad, but I don't think it's going to be enough. 9-1 and 5 on the Gnar. A double kill for Uzi. Bra trying to get himself out as Levi will buy some time. Uzi with the triple.